What really happens after we die? It's a question humanity has asked forever. Many of us have these cartoonish images in our heads. Fluffy clouds and harps, or little red devils with pitchforks. But what does the Catholic Church actually teach about heaven, hell, and this other place called Purgatory? Let's dive in and separate the facts from the fiction. It's probably not what you think. First, let's talk about the big one, hell. Popular culture paints hell as this fiery underground kingdom ruled by Satan, where demons torture souls for eternity. It's a very vivid, very Dante's Inferno kind of image. But the Church's official teaching is a bit more profound. The Catechism of the Catholic Church describes hell not as a place of physical torture inflicted by demons, but as the state of definitive self-exclusion from God and the blessed. Think about it this way. God is the source of all love, all joy, all goodness. He's constantly offering this love to us. But we have free will. We can choose to reject him, to turn away from goodness and love. Hell is the ultimate irreversible consequence of that choice. It's not God sending you to hell. It's choosing to be separate from God forever. The chief punishment of hell, therefore, isn't fire and brimstone, though the Bible does use fiery imagery to describe the pain of separation. The real pain is the eternal absence of God, the source of all happiness. It's an empty, lonely state chosen by the individual, not a torture chamber designed by God. So, the idea of Satan as the king of hell, gleefully punishing sinners, that's more myth than theology. In Catholic teaching, Satan isn't a king. He's a prisoner, just like any other soul who rejected God. Now, let's flip the coin and talk about heaven. The popular image is sitting on a cloud, playing a harp, maybe with a halo. It sounds, well, a little boring, doesn't it? The reality, according to Catholic teaching, is infinitely more exciting. Heaven is not a place of idle boredom. It's the ultimate fulfillment of all our deepest desires for truth, goodness, and beauty. The official term for this is the beatific vision. It means seeing God face to face. But what does that actually mean? It's not just looking at something. It's about being in perfect, loving communion with the Holy Trinity, God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and with all the saints and angels. Imagine experiencing perfect love, perfect joy, perfect peace, not just for a moment, but for eternity. It's not the end of your personality. It's the perfection of it. You become the most you could possibly be, fully alive and fully integrated in God's love. So forget the boring clouds. Heaven is an active, dynamic, joyful existence of love and communion that we can't even fully comprehend here on earth. It's the ultimate party, the ultimate homecoming, the ultimate adventure. Okay, so we've got hell as self-exclusion from God, and heaven as perfect union with God. But what if you die somewhere in the middle? What if you love God, but you're not quite perfect yet? You still have some attachments to sin, some selfishness, some lingering imperfections. You're not bad enough for hell, but you're not yet pure enough for the perfect holiness of heaven. This is where purgatory comes in. Purgatory is probably one of the most misunderstood Catholic doctrines. It is not a second chance. The decision for or against God is made in this life. It's also not a hell light or a middle ground between heaven and hell. The Church teaches that purgatory is a state of purification for those who die in God's friendship but are still imperfectly purified. Think of it like this. Imagine you're about to attend the most amazing, glorious wedding feast you can imagine. But you show up covered in mud. You wouldn't want to go in like that, right? You'd want to get cleaned up first so you can fully enjoy the party. Purgatory is that cleaning up process. It's a state of cleansing fire, but this fire isn't about punishment in the same way hell is. It's a purifying fire of God's love. It burns away all our selfishness, our attachments to sin, and everything that isn't of God, so that we can enter heaven completely pure and ready to experience the fullness of His joy. The souls in purgatory are assured of their salvation. They are on their way to heaven, guaranteed. They are part of the communion of saints, and that's why Catholics pray for the dead. We believe our prayers can help them through this final purification process, like cheering on a friend who's running the last, tough leg of a marathon. They know the finish line is heaven, and they rejoice in that, even as they undergo this final cleansing. It's a state of both suffering and joy-suffering from the temporary separation from God, but joyful in the certain hope of seeing Him soon. So, to recap the Catholic view, heaven isn't just clouds and harps. It's the ultimate joyful communion with God. Hell isn't a demonic torture chamber. It's the tragic, self-chosen, eternal separation from all that is good. And purgatory isn't a second chance or hell light. It's a guaranteed path to heaven, a final purification for those who die in God as love, but aren't quite ready for the full glory of His presence. At the core of all this is the idea of a just and merciful God who honors our free will. He desires everyone to be with Him in heaven, but He won't force us. The choice, ultimately, is ours. Our life on earth is our chance to respond to His love. The journey of faith is about learning to love God and our neighbor more and more, so that when our life is over, we are ready to enter into that perfect love for all eternity. It's a vision that's far more profound and personal than the popular myths. It's about love, freedom, and the ultimate destiny of the human heart. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give it a like and consider subscribing for more deep dives into faith and theology. See you next time.